Right, well, I'm practicing my presentation for extra credit. So for my topic, I had U.S. manufacturing. I'm more specifically going to cover the decline of U.S. manufacturing, since that's what I found to be extremely relevant within my research. So to start, manufacturing in World War II. American manufacturing was at its peak at about World War II. This is due to many people entering the manufacturing job sector because of the war effort. You had millions and millions of people start working at factories because people wanted to support the war effort. Mainly most of these people were women because they wanted to support their husbands overseas, and the husbands weren't there to build stuff. So you had millions of Americans enter the manufacturing job sector to manufacture cars, bombs, ammo, guns, that sort of thing. And at its peak, nearly 40% of the population worked a manufacturing job. After World War II, America remained a superpower for manufacturing, as most of the factories that were used to create ammo, guns, cars, that sort of thing, they were converted to make household appliances and cars and that sort of thing. So manufacturing for America was still doing quite well for a little bit. However, you can see that American manufacturing has been on a sharp decline for quite some time. The sharpest of which right here was due to the end of the war, as you can see, the lines of the time of end World War II. So that explains that sudden drop, since the war effort no longer needed to be sustained. However, we have been on a very sharp decline. Why this is? Several reasons. Basically, it comes down to three main things: outsourcing, technology, and service sector jobs. The decline that we've seen has been worse than the decline that American manufacturing saw during the Great Depression. That's how bad it's been between the time period of the start of 2000 and now. We have lost that many manufacturing jobs. To start, one of the reasons we've lost these jobs is outsourcing. Normally sometimes this slide works. Here, if I go back, it does fine. But basically, this is a assembly line. Whoops. This is a machine that throws together 9-volt batteries and then packages them. That's one of the reasons that we do not need nearly as many Americans doing these jobs, because machines have replaced American hands for the most part. As you can see, this machine can do something a lot more quickly and efficiently than probably most humans can, if not all humans. So now that machines like this are found all over the manufacturing industry, not as many human hands are needed. Okay, hold on, I'll pull this back up. All right. So next comes outsourcing. Right here, this is Foxconn manufacturing in China. Those nets right there were installed because too many workers were committing suicide by jumping out the windows of Foxconn Industries buildings. Foxconn manufactures technology for Intel, HP, Dell, and Apple. So they are a very large manufacturer. However, they clearly do not treat their workers very well. Most workers just hope to make $2 an hour, and they have somewhat of a dorm system set up for the workers. So they all live together. There are about 5 to 6 people, I've heard from a documentary I've watched, that live in a particular dorm. It's almost like college, and they even have a dining hall where they just wake up, they go to the dining hall, and they eat, and then they get working, and they just do that for the whole day, then go back to bed, go to their dorm, and then just repeat the cycle day in and day out for basically forever. So that's kind of depressing. As you can see, that's why the suicide nets were installed, because Foxconn had seen quite a number of suicides within the past decade or two. Next, we have, here is a percentage chart of how many percentage-wise jobs that have been lost in the manufacturing sector. As you can see here, North Carolina with 43.5, it's really big. Georgia, 34.6 manufacturing job loss. And Michigan takes the worst hit right there at 46.7 jobs lost. So all over across the board, you can see that jobs have been lost everywhere, except for Alaska right there. I'm not sure what Alaska's doing. Maybe something like this. I'm not sure. But, okay, so this is a chart that just shows the current employment of Americans. At any point in time, this chart adds up to 100% to explain the sectors of jobs in which people are working. So right here, you have services. It's all the way up. That's one of the main reasons that manufacturing jobs have taken a hit. In addition to that, you have agriculture going down. Agriculture has been going down because we don't need nearly as people working farms anymore due to increased technology in farming. A tractor can do a lot more work than hundreds of humans' hands. So industry, as you can see, which is manufacturing, we've seen quite a decline as well. That's because most Americans prefer to work service sector jobs. This would be a doctor, construction worker, lawyer, teacher, that sort of thing. So that's one of the reasons why we've seen this decline. That, in addition to these jobs, or you can just, like sell car insurance like this guy. But yeah, that's it. So we're excited.